We're going to remove the battery from our Sunseeker electric Fat-Tad here. This is a bag battery, a 9 or a 20 amp hour battery. The procedure is a little different for a 10 amp hour black hard case battery. What we'll do is, if there's any zip ties securing the battery end of the cable, you can see the plug here that connects the controller to the battery cable. If there's any zip ties here, we're going to remove those. And then all you need to do is hold either end of the plug, grasp it firmly, and then you can unplug it by pulling it apart. If you're having trouble getting the plug, I'm going to plug it back in and I'm going to show you a technique for unplugging it. But remember, we're trying to handle the plug itself, not the cable. I'm trying to pull on the plug. If that plug seems to be too tight for you, you can take a hairdryer or a heat gun on not too hot of a setting. I'm going to check here with my hand, make sure it's not too hot. We're just trying to warm it up so that it is hot to the touch. We really do not want to overheat or burn this connector. We just want to heat it up enough that it's a little bit softer. And after we give it a couple of seconds here with the hairdryer or the heat gun, it's going to be warm, it's going to be a little softer, and then when we grab this, it'll come apart a little more easily. That'll also make it easier to plug back in. When you're plugging it back in, you can see there's an arrow on either end of the connector. You line those arrows up and then you push it all the way in, and at the end of the arrow on the male plug is a horizontal line that lines up with the end of the female plug. That way you know it's in all the way. If you can still see the keyway here, it is not all the way. You got to plug it in all the way until it lines up with the end of that plug. So now that you're unplugged, you can come up to the battery. There's 4 Velcro straps. You can undo each of these Velcro straps. If your battery rack has a backstop with a loop in it, it may be Velcroed on here as well. Otherwise, you're all set to pick the battery up, and you can take it indoors to charge it or whatever, and when you're done, you just Velcro it back down and plug it back in. So we'll do that real quick. Put our Velcro on. We're trying to secure the battery as well as we can with this Velcro. We don't want to risk the battery coming off the bike. So we make sure the Velcro is all lined up. And then we line up the 2 arrows on either end of the plug. And we push it all the way in until we're to the horizontal line. And then we're all set. Thank you.